Hi, my name is John. How voting is probably cheated. Now, how elections are cheated. And this should be verifiable. There is a president's contract. Now, how they get the president to sign the contract. Now, one of the richest CIA, under his inherited single authority only, has the presidents sign a contract. Sign a contract promising to cheat the elections just so. And this is not officially by the government in some manner. It's not by the CIA. Not even a group of CIA. It's not. It's by one of the richest CIA members, and he is a trillionaire in net worth, and he's the owner, not the CEO, of AT&T and or GE, possibly ExxonMobil, and more. And they thought he was the richest, but he's not. He is like the second or third, or or lower. And so, despite that, he's not the richest. And possible pharmaceutical companies, who knows what else. But he was the permanent head of this rich CIA group. Now, if there is a rich CIA group and they promise not to be traitor, I even agree. They probably should promise not to be traitor. What they should do, however, is the opposite. They should make sure democracies on earth are not paid for or cheated in any manner by any government. And they should uphold all international trade treaties, and they should make sure pricing is not fixed, and they should make sure patents and intellectual properties are honored. But they should have no real military power. No real military power. And they should, especially for its use. And they should not try to lose allies, but try to gain them more legally otherwise, but see not for cheating governments in any manner. And we will gain more allies like this. We will not lose them. And why there is a permanent head of the CIA is beyond me, because the permanent head of this richest group of CIA should not be permanent. It should be selected, and it should be removable and appointable by Congress. And we're getting tired of the president even having the authority to appoint the other CIA head, and it should be up to Congress. Now, this contract that the president signed is a paid phony contract, and it pays a lot. Like 70 times that of the president's pay himself. He gets paid like 70 times that to cheat the elections, and to promise to reestablish it when the top CIA head is caught. And the CIA guy has a large team, because he's like a trillionaire in net worth. Like I say, he owns lots of companies, and his net worth is like a trillionaire, and he has a large team. And what he does is he makes the software and the machines. Also, at least one of his subsidiary companies, and that should be verifiable. At least one of his subsidiary companies makes the software and the machines that you are voting. And the machines can be pre-programmed, and the machines are pre-programmed, and they're pre-programmed to make sure that the Republicans or whatever, whoever doesn't lose so much, and they're pre-programmed, and the president, then that he has signed the contracts, gets to have overriding ballot, and the overriding ballot gets to select candidates, and they say, "Oh, that's neat. Oh, that's neat," and they get to select the candidates that win, and it can go only so far as the machines are pre-programmed. And I remember one time when I went, I was so eager to vote. When I went to vote, I went right when the polls opened, and it wasn't before. It was right when the polls opened. I got there right when the polls opened, and we had to wait like a half hour because the machine wasn't there. And they brought the machine in. They brought the machine in later, like your vote wouldn't count anyway. And this is what happened and it's ridiculous. And it's proven by what? Well, the presidential election since Al Gore and John Kerry's elections, closest in U.S. history, and the local elections as well. Recent primaries, strange candidates, proving that they cheat primaries as well. So they shouldn't cheat the primaries either. And now how they cheat the primaries. Now the Secret Services, believe it or not, the Secret Service primary function was to cheat elections in the United States of America in almost every fashion, and to preserve it as secret. And what these party meetings, now it was started from scratch here, the party meetings, they're commonly run by intelligence officers. Now whether they're CIA or Secret Service, I actually prefer CIA, but mostly they're run by Secret Service. And some are good and are supposed to be in the same party, but these common party meetings are run by intelligence officers. Most party meetings are run by intelligence officers. And one of the things they do is our party meeting attendance. They'll try to scare or bother you out. They'll give you a DWI or a hospitalization if you attend. But you must get your friends and go to party meetings anyway. Hospitalizations if you attend. And hospital chains. Now, hospital chains are owned by CIA. Most of the hospital chains are owned by CIA, the richest CIA. And all the employees think, "Oh, I'm from the CIA." No, they're just CIA owned. They're employees of a CIA member, one of the richest CIA members. They're just employees. And they sometimes use ex-military EMTs. So they'll try to give you a DWI or a hospitalization if you attend too many party meetings. But you should go anyway, and just make sure you don't get a DWI. And make sure your friends go also. Party meetings. Now, at the party meeting, do they cheat votes? They do not cheat votes at the party meeting, at least. I think it's very rare they ever cheat a vote at the party meeting. What they do cheat only against is in primaries, candidates that they don't like. And if you pull a party's candidate because they're traitor or harmful or would harm, then the party, at least major parties, should always get a candidate. And it should be publicly stated as why, and the votes certainly should never be cheated. Yes, the votes should never be cheated. Another way elections are cheated is election judges. Now these are another Secret Service. They're usually Secret Service too, and or were Secret Service. And what they're told to do is told to cheat if there's a recount, or not to perform the recount at all. And they're also told to cheat against candidates in primaries they don't like school board or city council or a county commission, which is very important. People forget about county commission. County commission is the county government. You're not to forget about that. And the press. The press. Now this is the most obvious to people. The TV, the press. The TV. Secret Service, usually, or CIA. CIA preferred. But Secret Service mostly. And they have to be Secret Service. The press on TV, and they're told to uphold the secret and how they cheat the elections and whatnot. And some will try to get away with as much as they can, and they're going to be notable as good guys. But commonly, the Secret Service is in the press also, and like I say, the ones who cheat democracy are the enemies of our country. They're the enemies of democracy in America. They're the enemies of democracy on the planet. I know that they say it's a red threat to have true elections. It's a red threat to have true elections. Why does he use red candidates? I'll tell you why. They sign the contract. Yes, they sign it. And they take it, and they are as corrupt as the guy who pays them the money. And that's why. That's why. And like I say, the ones who cheat our democracy, and then democracy, democracy, our way of life, even capitalism, even. Is not the richest man alive competition. What does the richest man alive competition need? It needs to pay its employees as little as possible, maximize profit, cut all taxes, especially hammers and stuff. You know why, See? Our way of life would be 10 times better. We'd have a living wage. We'd have free college. Free tuition and on-campus housing is a drop in the bucket compared to medicine spending, and it's just a drop in the bucket. Free tuition for all and free on-campus. Maybe they can't afford is what I would be for. Everyone makes it into college is going to college. We'd have a living wage and that, and we'd have maybe like double Social Security, double welfare. Live for being alive, money. Until moneyless globally is even possible. Well, I think not moneyless globally, though. I think it is what we'll vote for quickly. But we'll have to see. Like I say, our way of life will be better until then. It'll be a live free life society. And it'll be Wild West America with DWI's ticket. 0.18 as a DWI, not 0.08. That was a typo. And Why West America? You know, fun. Go out, have fun, have fun. America. Software and machines. Now you could prove even more of this. Like I say, it's verifiable. Most of this whole speech should be verifiable. The software and machines. Are one way you can verify that elections are cheated. You could probably verify that the software is overriding, has overriding Scantron-like software, has a random number generator, probably off the actual ballot number, hopefully at least. Possibly remote programming software of the machines, which could prove the overriding ballot. You could prove the machines are pre-programmable, hard programs, so they will cheat and can't be valid by the ballots or the election, or totally by the president's overriding ballot. 4.9% is another thing you can prove in the software this year. It seems to be the maximum for third party candidates is 4.9%. Was verifiable by evidence in Minnesota this year, at least a couple times. 4.9%. Like I say, 5% makes you a major party. So third party candidates are only allowed to get 4.9% by the software. Software machines should be made available to the public to verify that they do not cheat. And they should also be made available to like the United Nations, including like all countries, hopefully, or next to all countries. All countries. The software machine should be verified by the United Nations to make sure that they cannot cheat, at least likely. Now, the United States of America was founded on a true democracy. It was the start of democracy, along with France, on the planet. It did not cheat. It asserted that all powers resided in the hands of the people and are established by the people for the people. It did not cheat. The Electoral College was the best they could do at the time. So what we need to do is we need to make it real again. We need maybe to amend for a universal direct ballot. We need possibly to amend for instant runoff voting for all seats, federal seats, hopefully state seats too, depending on states too, and possibly a regular runoff for presidency. We need to make sure the software and machines are new and made available for public scrutiny. We need to make sure the software is short and without back doors. We need to make sure the machines can only send and store the data and send non-encrypted results. Believe it or not, they could cheat with encrypted results. Send actually non-encrypted results to the press and courts as well. And like in France, the courts should declare the election is valid or not. Thank you. Once again, my name is John.